What's up, everybody? This is Jack from Crypto 49er, bringing you my knowledge in cryptocurrency. Today, I want to talk about receiving warning and error messages in the Gekko trading bot via Telegram or push bullet. So, this idea came up a while ago. I remember I had Gekko set up, and then I was getting errors and warning. It wasn't that often, maybe once in a couple of days, or maybe once a week even. And then these warning and error messages show up on the terminal, but you don't actually see it if you're not on the computer. So let's say you're running it headless, for example, or you're running on a cloud server, whatever it is. So what this modification does is it let you, as it says, receive those warning error messages via Telegram and push bullet. So I'm going to show you how it works first. So I just started it up, and then I'm going to go to Telegram to make sure that I start up as well. So now I got my chat ID. That's one of those things that if you don't have a session open on Telegram, it will crash out actually. So you do need to have Telegram open. At least I guess you do have to have a chat session open with the bot in order for this to work. So now we have that open. It's already sent that message out, and also if we go to push bullet here, you see that it got the normal push bullet message. So the reason why, and you see that the trade pair is USDT QDOM. You'll find out the reason why in a little bit. So let's see, everything's running. Okay, so there it goes. Now you saw the error message right here. It says, so first of all, let's try to buy, right? So it says that trader receive advice to go long, buying QDOM. But then the second, you get a warning message saying not creating order. Reason, lot size is too small. So this is one of those things where you might not be familiar with in Binance, and it depends on your exchange. But in Binance, they have this rule where the trade you make have to be a certain minimum size. I guess otherwise it's just really not worth the time for you to make the trade. So in my case here, I picked USDT QDOM just because I have nothing in there. And actually, originally, I was trying to test something else out on Binance, but then turns out I can't because I didn't have enough money in there. I think I tried putting $10 for testing purposes wise, but $10 apparently was too small a lot size according to Binance, so it didn't work. So at this point, I just removed the $10, and then obviously I can remove the max. I can remove the entire thing for some reason. It's always a little crypto dust, as they call it, left on the wallet here. So I had 0.001 USDT, which is less than a penny. Obviously, I won't be able to buy anything. But even if I had $10 in here, I still wouldn't have been able to buy anything. But the point being, you get this warning message from Gekko saying that, oh, it's like, you can't create order, and you got an info screen here. But now with this modification, you also got it over here in Telegram. Not creating order, reason lot size is too small, and also in push bullet. So I open push bullet right here, you see it. Not creating order, reason lot size too small. This is pretty good. I think this is a very simple modification, and I'll show you what was basically done. So I created this new repo. If you guys want to play around with it, you can do it. You can just modify the 3 files basically. There's only 3 files that you need to modify. Obviously, the log file, and the Telegram file, and the push bullet. That's it. Once you modify these 3 files, you're good to go. You don't have to use both Telegram and push bullet. You could use either one. Technically, this modification can be used with like any other plugin that you can send notifications to, like Slack, Twitter, email. And all these other things that probably work the same way, but I can't think of right now. But point being, this will let you get those notifications, and then when you get those notifications, then you'll be able to react upon it. So in this case, for example, you would put in more money into your trade pair, then you'll be able to make the trade, for example, and then you can probably restart Gekko as well, so that it will do the trades. But for other error messages, you can then react upon it, maybe go log back into your Gekko and restart it, or whatever you need to do with it. And I have to say, this modification, really all the code really came from Zapra again. He did this modification to let you remotely control your Gekko trading bot via Telegram. I basically just used that same code because I just ripped off the small portion of it, because what it is that there's 2 portions, right? So there's the remote logging process he had, and then he had remotely controlled Gekko via Telegram. This is the part where it's like the remote logging function. So in here, he had it originally where if you send a message using log.remote, so normally you have several options with the log messages. So you have log.error, log.warn, log.info, and log.status. I actually haven't really seen anyone use status or write. So those are the three. In addition, there is also log.debug, which I think a lot of people are familiar with if you have been debugging your code. But anyway, what he did was added something called log.remote, which will actually send a particular message out to whatever remote platform you're using, whether it's Telegram or Pushbullet or whatever else. So in here, what I did was, in addition to what he did is if method equal remote, what I did is I added this line here is like else if method equal warn or method equal error, then it'll same thing, send that message to log.remote. So that way, those warning and error messages will still show up in terminal, but now you also get them on whatever remote platform you're using. And that's basically it. There are a couple of lines in here. Obviously, you have to add the remote function. And then in addition to that, you also have to, in the pushbullet function or in the Telegram function, similar process. So you have to add the remote logger when you instantiate pushbullet. And then in addition, in the bottom right here, so you have to, whenever it gets a remote message, so like log.remote, it will just process that message. So whenever there is a error or warning message, it will just process the message and it'll send it out to pushbullet. Works the same way in Telegram. So that's basically it. So on a separate but related note, so on a previous video, I showed you guys how to set up the RSI Bobear ADX strategy and remotely control it with Telegram using pretty much all of Zapper's code. So what I finally did is I actually extracted out all the files that he modified and then popped them into 0.6, Gekko 0.6, which is the latest version of Gekko, and confirmed that it works properly. It was quite a bit of moving stuff around just because trader.js is one of the main files that Mike he actually modified quite a bit. So it's quite a bit different than the version that Zapper modified. So I had to play around with that a bit to get it to work, but I finally got it to work. So if you guys want to try out the RSI Bobear ADX remote control version, you can do that just by replacing the files in here. You can look through all the files in here that needs to be replaced in order for this to work. There are like I think 8 or 9 files in here to replace to get it to work, but hey, it's once you get it to work, it's pretty cool, I have to say. So and I like the fact that it works in the latest version of Gekko. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. If it isn't crypto, it isn't worth mining. It isn't worth speculating. Peace out.